There.
Okay, we're live.
Are we? I don't know. Yes, okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you all for joining me today. I just got to hold up. Yes, I am on. Am I on? Am I on? Can you hear me? Yes, all right. Oh, I love technical stuff. Okay, so good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you all for joining me today. I really do appreciate you sharing your time with me. It warms my heart. Mwah. Good to see you again, and you too. Okay, so now before I begin my topic for today, I have to revisit last week for just a quick second, because myself and my sister recognized I forgot a little piece of information. So towards the end, I said, I have a statue in the front of my home, and I painted these words on it, and it said, "You are strong, you are brave, roar." But I never really told you what the statue was, and it's a statue of a lion. So that kind of makes a little bit more sense why I said roar, right? Okay. That makes me feel better. Thank you for clear that up. But it's still true. You are strong, you are brave, so roar. Roar. Okay, so for today, let's talk about purpose. We all have a purpose. Everyone on this planet, everyone in this light form has a purpose. We all have a purpose. It may not be as grand as Moses, splitting the Red Sea to allow safe passage for the Israelites, or as moving as the speech that Dr. Martin Luther King gave, "I have a dream." But we all have an important purpose. I think we have like a life purpose and then daily purpose. Those daily purposes are the ones where you're at the right time, the right place to make a difference. It can be simple things like someone dropped something, you noticed, you picked it up, and you caught up to the person and gave it to them. And you see the relief on their face, and you can feel the gratitude. And that little act shifted both of you. You went through your day feeling a lot better, didn't you? Something so simple can feel so good. So how many of you are the ones that everybody comes to for advice when they have stuff going on in their lives? I see a lot of head shaking. Yeah. So you're a compassionate listener, and someone who is always looking for the opportunity to offer kind words to strangers, as well as being a sounding board for your friends, or the go-to person for your family. These compassionate acts can do more than just have you be known as the nice guy or the nice gal. You create a safe environment that would not only allow for others to come to you and open up and share with you, but it allows them to unburden themselves with some heavy stuff that they are carrying. Or you may be able to encourage them to take a chance on themselves. Offer them support as they begin a new chapter. Life is constantly changing, and it can be scary at times. It's not easy to change or to start over. So it takes a lot to take that next new first step. Let me tell you a story. A long, long time ago, someone gifted a king with 2 baby eagles. The king had never seen such magnificent eaglets before. The king was very pleased with the gift and decided to hire an experienced caretaker to take care of them. After some time, the king saw that both of them were quite big now and were looking very majestic. The king asked the caretaker, "Can I see them in flight? Can you signal to them to fly up into the sky?" "Yes," said the caretaker, and immediately went to the eagles, gave them a signal, and they both started to flutter. One eagle took off and was touching the heights of the sky, while the other flew for a few seconds and returned to its branch. After seeing this, the king was curious as to why the eagles didn't fly together. He asked the caretaker, why did one eagle fly so well and the other one not even try? The caretaker admitted that this has been a problem since he first started to train them. One would fly and one wouldn't even try. Both eagles were precious to the king, and he wanted to see the second eagle flying just as well as the first. So the next day, the king put out an announcement for a great monetary reward for anyone who could get the second eagle to fly. Many intellectual and very knowledgeable people came and tried their very best, but no one succeeded in getting that eagle to fly. Weeks had now gone by and still no improvement, and the king was losing hope. Then one day on the king's daily walk, he looked up and saw both eagles flying through the sky. He couldn't believe his own eyes, so he called for his caretaker. The caretaker informed the king that yes, indeed, the two eagles were now flying. The king was so overjoyed, he wanted to know what person was able to do this great feat. Please bring him to me. The man came. He was a simple farmer. The king was so very pleased that he offered him even more gold as a reward. The king asked the farmer, how did you do this, which the great scholars and highly qualified people could not do? Your Highness, I'm just a farmer. I don't have the knowledge of scholars. I just simply cut the branch. The eagle had the habit of sitting on this branch, so once I cut it, he had no option but to fly, which he did very well. The eagle didn't realize he could actually fly so high, so he remained on the branch. We also sometimes underestimate ourselves and don't realize our true potential. In life, we have a habit of doing certain things certain ways, and we keep doing it that way, and we forget that we have this high-flying capability. We are made to fly high in life. But like the eagle, we also prefer to remain on our branch of our comfort zone. Therefore, to fly high and unlock our true potential, it becomes necessary that we cut the branch of comfort, because it's becoming a hindrance to our potential, to our freedom. Just as a ship is not made to stay in the harbor, an eagle is not made to stay on the branch, and we are not meant to settle for the familiar. We are meant to grow ourselves. We're meant to encourage others to grow as well, to reach their potential, to be the best part of them that they can possibly be. So our daily purposes are like infinite. We don't know how many times that we have made a direct impact in someone's life. Such an impact that maybe changed the course, headed them down a different path than the one that they were headed towards. So maybe one of our daily purposes is being an example. And maybe in that one moment, the example that we showed through our own actions created a turning point for someone else in their life. Let me tell you another story. An old man meets a young man who asks him, "Sir, do you remember me?" The old man says, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." The young man tells him he was his student. The old man smiles and asks, "Well, son, what do you do now in life?" "Well," the young man replied, "I became a teacher. I became a teacher because you inspired me to become like you." The old man, curious, asked the young man, "At what time did you decide to become a teacher?" And the young man tells him the following story. "One day, a friend of mine, who is also your student, came in with a nice watch, and I decided I wanted it. So I stole it. I took it out of his pocket. Shortly after, my friend noticed that his watch was missing and immediately complained to our teacher, who was you. Then you addressed the class saying, "This student's watch was stolen during class today. Whoever stole it, please return it now." I didn't give it back because I didn't want to. So you closed the door and told us all to stand up and form a circle. You were going to search our pockets one by one until it was found. However, you told us to close our eyes because you would only look for this watch if we all had our eyes closed. We did as you instructed. You went from pocket to pocket, and when you went through my pocket, you found the watch and took it. You kept searching everyone's pockets, and when you were done, you said, "Now open your eyes, we have the watch." You didn't tell on me. You never mentioned the episode. You never said who stole the watch. That day you saved my dignity forever. It was the most shameful day of my life. But this is also the day I decided not to become a thief or a bad person, because you never said anything, nor did you ever scold me or take me aside to give me a moral lesson. I received your message clearly. Thanks to you, I understood what a real teacher needs to do. Do you remember this event, Professor? The old professor answered, "Yes. I remember the situation with the stolen watch, which I was looking for in everyone's pockets. I didn't remember you doing it, though, because I also closed my eyes while I was looking." This is the essence of teaching as I know it. If to correct, you must humiliate, then you don't know how to teach. A lesson was learned as they smiled and continued chatting. Isn't that wonderful? The young boy could have gone either way. He could have been influenced badly by his environment, his circumstances, his outer conditions. It's like the saying, ships don't sink because of the water around them. They sink because of the water that gets in them. Don't let what's happening around you get inside you and weigh you down. And if we stick to that same metaphor, then the professor would be the wind that was in this young man's sails, that enabled him to steer away from troubled water getting into his ship, right? He helped him to ride through the rough waters and changed his life. And now that young man is teaching other kids the good life lesson that he learned. So that cycle will continue. So for sure, that professor was at the right time and the right place to make a difference. Have you seen the new commercial for vitamins for new moms? No? Well, it's not prenatal vitamins. It's strictly for the mom. And this vitamin that she takes is to assist her in taking better care of herself after giving birth. And the line is, "Loving me is loving you." Isn't that great? That's a reminder that the good I do must include good I do for myself so that I can continue to do good. I love that. We can't leave ourselves out of being taken good care of. It's like Donna used to be a stewardess, and she would tell you, you always have to take the oxygen first yourself before you can help anyone else. And I read that the truth of life has no goal at all, other than to just experience it and grow with it every single day. Well, I think the growing with it and experiencing it is our purpose. I believe we all will fulfill our own individual purpose here. I think we are here to do something on this earth that only we can do. And we do it every day. It's being who you are. Your purpose is being you. And the only way you can fail or the only time that you are not fulfilling your purpose is when you pretend to be someone else. Doing things you don't want to be doing, and being the you that is not really you. So connect with yourself, and then you will feel the connection to life and to God. Continue to fulfill your purpose by being the real you. Don't be persuaded to be anything other than the real you, than how you were meant to be, no matter what anyone else tells you. Morgan Olivier wrote, pay attention to this, stop worrying about how you are being perceived. Stop worrying about what they are going to think and say. Stop worrying about if they are going to accept you. Stop worrying about if they see you for who you are. The beauty of embracing your own authenticity, your journey, and your life is having the freedom in knowing that they don't matter. They don't matter. They did not create you. They cannot tell you who you are, no matter how hard they try. What matters is that you see, know, and love who you truly are. What matters is that you control your thoughts and honor what you say. What matters is that you have the confidence and clarity to come from not only the core of your being, but also from the one who created you. When you love who you are, when you honor and are grateful for who you are and how you are, how you were created, you automatically then can honor how others are. And you can recognize the specialness in them. You know that they have a great purpose as well. Let me tell you a story from Invigi.com. In a small town in North California, a pet shop owner painted a sign, kind of haphazardly, advertising the puppies for sale and hung it on the door. The shopkeeper knew signs like this always attracted the young kids, and they would ask and beg their parents if they could have a puppy. A little boy saw the sign and approached the owner. "How much are you going to sell those puppies for?" "I want one." The store owner smiled and replied, "Well, these puppies come from a good breed, so they will sell for at least $60 each." The little boy dropped his head for a moment. He thought a while, and then pulled out some change from his pocket. "I have $3.87. Is that enough to just take a look, even? Can I just see the puppies?" The shop owner was impressed with the innocence of the boy. "Sure," he said, and whistled for his dog. "Here, Scissors," he called. Out from the backyard came his dog, Scissor, followed by 5 tiny balls of fur. They stopped at the chain-link fence outside the shop. The little boy pressed against the fence, full of joy. His eyes danced with delight. The little boy noticed one puppy was lagging considerably far behind. This puppy was hobbling and trying its best to catch up to the others. Immediately, the little boy pointed out towards that puppy and asked, "What's wrong with that little one?" The shop owner explained that when the puppy was born, the vet examined it and said it didn't have a hip socket, so it would limp for the rest of its life. The little boy got really excited and said, "Well, that's my puppy. That's the one I will buy." "Well, no, that one's not for sale. Nobody will buy that puppy due to its physical deficiencies. But if you really want him, I'll just give him to you for free." The little boy got very upset with the shop owner's reply. He looked straight into the store owner's eyes, pointing his finger, and said, "I don't want you to give him to me. That little dog is worth every bit as much as all the other dogs, and I'll pay full price. In fact, I will give you $3.87 now and 80 cents a month until I pay for him in full." The shop owner countered, "You really don't want to buy that dog. He's never going to run and jump and play with you like the other puppies will. Are you sure you really want this dog? To his surprise, the little boy reached down and rolled up his pant leg to reveal a badly twisted, crippled left leg that was supported by a big metal brace. He looked up to the shop owner and whispered, "I don't run so well myself, and that little puppy is going to need someone who understands." That little boy was in the right place at the right time to make a difference. Not only with the life of the little puppy, but I think he probably changed the shop owner's feelings too. See, we all have something, and it doesn't have to become our obstacle. It can be our way of understanding someone else, just like that little boy understood what the puppy was going to deal with. There is comfort in saying and hearing, "Yeah, me too. I understand. So let's get through this together." Maya Angelou said, "I know for sure that love saves me, and that it is here to save us all. And it is love that created us. It is love that breathes in us. It is love that we feel when we are fulfilling our authentic purpose, being who we are. And in our daily purpose, being the love in the right place at the right time." We all have a purpose. It does not have to be grand or well known, but our purpose is important, and it does change lives. Every drop of goodness we do raises the level of good in this world. Who we are matters. It is a part of our purpose to grow into who we were created to be. And ways to do this is to embrace change, to be brave, to get off our branch of comfort and take a chance on ourselves. Let go of the old stuff. They don't matter. Not anymore. Whatever made us feel undervalued, release it and let it go. Be like the phoenix. In times of doubt and confusion, it symbolizes strength and renewal. For only from the ashes of who we were can we rise up to become who we're meant to be. We are capable of more. We can soar to great new heights, but we can't pretend to be anyone other than our true self. You can't make a difference if you're not making it real. Our real purpose, our true purpose, is to connect with that presence that created us, that resides within us and is all around us. And we are the expression of that loving presence. We are the love of God. We are the cherished children of God. We are uniquely and lovingly made. And I am sure that we all have had moments when we know the divine has touched us, has moved us. Times when we have felt the hands of God wrap around us. We have felt the breath of God breathe life back into us. I am sure all of us have felt those moments. And if we stand in the center of those moments, you will feel who you are and whose you are. We cannot ever be separated from the love of God. But our purpose is to recognize it and to live it. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.